talking portraiture, e-products, auto editing, e-templates, educational videos for shooting smarter, not harder at thephotochannel.pro.
Hey everyone, Louie here in beautiful New Orleans, here with Crockett on kind of an interesting little job, and it's actually quite an honor to do this stuff. We got shipped out here by Fuji to kind of test out a little top secret camera that we can't really talk about, but we are very impressed with how it came out.
We can't talk about it, but we're talking about it.
Yeah, we can't talk about it, but we're talking about it. And it's been a great week, had a lot of fun here, but the real question is here, why did we choose New Orleans over any other city to come test out a camera like that?
True. By the way, this is Louie's first big trip as primary photo assistant and video guy, and it was a lot of fun. First time on an airplane, first time basically out of town kind of thing, and he did a great job. It was really a great time. And we're tired, as you can tell, apologize for that, but one of the places that I go to over and over again is New Orleans, and it's got some sort of magical pull thing for me. I'm not quite sure what it is. The color and the textures, and I get along with people really swell, so I talk to homeless guys and the mayor the same way, and I'm not afraid to step up to pretty much anybody and ask them, hey, can I take your picture, kind of thing. So New Orleans for me, I know I can go there with a camera that I don't know, right? The camera met me here. It was actually shipped in from Japan, and it arrived at our hotel, and we just picked it up, no instruction manual, and just they gave us a list of things that they'd like us to create with that, and we did it.
Yep. So what kind of things do you test about it on a regular day? Because most people don't know what it's like to kind of get that great opportunity to test that. What's kind of some of the stuff that you look for? What is some focus points that you really want to look for when you're given a chance like this?
That's right. You're right, it really is an honor to be asked by a camera maker to take a camera. We have to sign the NDAs, right, the non-disclosure agreements, and I've done this before for companies like Fujifilm, and they know me and they can trust me. Well, we pretty much put a piece of black tape over the front of the camera so that nobody sees what it is, but it's a pretty easy to get along with camera. It's not like it's huge and yellow or something. So the Fuji folks know that I'm more of a JPEG shooter and that I really push the camera's capabilities, right? Super highest ISO, and I'm big into setting all the color settings inside the camera. So my instructions were, go shoot the typical Will Crockett pictures, but emphasize low light. Go test it out so that if Fuji asks, hey, how well is this low light working? And I can tell them, and then I can show them pictures and video that show what it is. Then they also want to know about some of the color modes. They want to know how auto white balance is working, and there's a major set of improvements on this camera over the other cameras, so those are the things that I'm highlighting to find out how they work and if they work. Because as we know, anytime you get a handmade camera like this is, there's always going to be little bugs in it. So we pretty much had an open ticket with the Fuji folks to just go anywhere we wanted to and stay as long as we need to get all the stuff done. So we made a series of 4 small videos that Fuji's going to use when they launch the camera as, oh, hey, look, here's a photographer that's already using it. And we have a series of photos that they can use in their advertising collateral, because when a camera gets launched, you have to show professional photographers pictures that that camera has done. And Fuji's really good about making sure that their images are honest, right? If they say this camera in this mode in this town took that picture, it is. They won't cheat. Not that other camera manufacturers cheat, but they do cheat. Fuji doesn't cheat.
Well, there you go. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of crazy stuff cooking in that Crockett noggin of his to get all that stuff right. And we had a lot of fun. What was your favorite part about being here, aside from doing all this camera fun, nerdy, technical stuff? What was your favorite part of spending time in New Orleans?
Yep, I think, well, the food is always a biggie for me here. I love the food, and I've got all these little dinky places hit out that I told Louie, I said, look, we do local. We don't eat at, the chain restaurants, and there will be no McDonald's eaten at, which is tough for a 20-year-old kid, right? So he had po' boys, or biggie for you, right? Was that the first time you had a fried oyster?
Yeah, that was. Up in Chicago, we don't have too many of those.
That's
and
right.
Down here, I think that's about all I ate for a good chunk.
Yeah, pretty much every day for lunch, he wanted to go get a fried oyster po' boy sandwich. So that's cool. My favorite part, I think, the shoot-wise, was the low-light shots we did of the rock band.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was really great.
We made friends with a local rock band called Mystery Girl, and they needed some pictures desperately. And we met them, and they were used to, the typical photographers with attitudes, which we clearly don't yet. but that big bold color and that lack of noise is really what Fuji cameras do crazy well. So I'm of the mindset that photographers want to be able to set their cameras up, in this case Velvia film simulation mode, and I did change the contrast curve just a little bit and shot everything in JPEG. So this is ISO 1600 to 6400, and we got a beautiful full set of images.
Well, there you go. We had a great time here in New Orleans. So from New Orleans, it's Crockett and Louie here. Thanks.
Peace out. Nice, that was good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hopefully I didn't have the head chopped off, because I think this was the spot that I said it.
Uh-oh. We'll go play it back, so if we have to redo it, we can redo it. Talking portraiture, e-products, auto editing, e-templates, educational videos for shooting smarter, not harder, at thephotochannel.pro.